Welcome to Section 10.2, Part 4. This is the 99th session of the CISSP exam prep series. This part closes out facility controls with water, fire, and life safety. In this session, we'll defend against the two great physical threats, water and fire. We'll answer several questions. Why is water such a danger to your systems? What is the fire triangle? And how do the stages unfold? Why does fire training come before any technology? Which fire extinguisher fits which fire? How do automated systems detect a fire? How do water suppression systems differ? When do you reach for gas instead of water? And what damage lingers even after the flames are out? Why does this matter beyond the exam? Because when water or fire hits, people's lives come first, and the wrong response makes things worse. Picture a basement data closet under old plumbing, an office kitchen next to a server rack, and a remote generator shed full of fuel. Each carries a specific hazard that demands a specific control. When you plan for these deliberately, you protect staff and limit damage. When you improvise, you risk lives, equipment, and the business itself. So why is water such a danger to your systems? Because water and electricity together mean destroyed gear and a real risk of electrocution. Leaks are rare, but when they happen, the damage is severe. So locate server rooms and critical equipment well away from pipes and water sources. Install water detection circuits on the floor or beneath a raised floor, so an alarm sounds the moment moisture creeps toward the racks. Know where your shut-off valves and drains are before you ever need them. And look at the bigger picture. Is the building on a hill or in a valley? Does it drain well? And has the area flooded before? Answer those questions before you commit to a location. What is the fire triangle? And how do the stages unfold? The triangle names the three ingredients every fire needs: fuel, heat, and oxygen, feeding a chemical reaction at the center. Remove any one, and the fire dies, which is exactly how each suppressant works. Water pulls out heat, dry powders and soda acids smother the fuel, carbon dioxide displaces the oxygen, halon substitutes disrupt the chemistry, and film-forming foam attacks both heat and fuel. Fire also moves through 4 stages. First, the incipient stage, only ionized air and no smoke. Then the smoke stage, visible smoke. Then the flame stage, visible fire. And finally, the heat stage, intense and consuming. Catch it early, and both the fire and the cleanup stay small. Why does fire training come before any technology? Because no sprinkler saves a life the way preparation does, and protecting people is always the top goal. Train everyone on escape procedures, and make sure each person knows at least 2 evacuation routes from their area. Post maps, mark exits clearly, and set a rendezvous point so you can confirm everyone got out. Teach staff where extinguishers are and how to use them, and fold in basics like first aid, resuscitation, and the automated defibrillator. Then test it all with regular drills, because a plan no one has practiced fails under real pressure. In many places, inspecting alarms, detectors, and extinguishers on a schedule is not optional, it is the law. Which fire extinguisher fits which fire? The class has to match the fuel, or you make things worse. Class A handles ordinary combustibles like paper and wood, put out with water or soda, acid. Class B is for flammable liquids, which need foam or gas. Never water, since water would spread the burning liquid and cause an explosion. Class C covers electrical fires, where you use carbon dioxide or a gas, because water risks electrocution. Class D is for burning metals, which make their own oxygen, so only dry powder works. And Class K is for cooking oils and fats, quenched with alkaline agents. Most offices carry a multi-class ABC extinguisher, and remember, any extinguisher is useless once the fire reaches that final heat stage. How do automated systems detect a fire? Each type keys off a different sign of combustion. A fixed temperature detector, the common sprinkler head, triggers when a set temperature melts or shatters its element. A rate of rise detector reacts to how fast the temperature climbs, though winter heating can fool it. A flame-actuated detector senses the infrared signature of flames, fast and reliable but pricey, so it guards high-risk spaces. A smoke-actuated detector watches for particles blocking light or ionized air across a gap. And an incipient or aspirating detector sniffs out the chemistry of combustion before anything is even visible, the earliest warning, and the most expensive. Whatever you choose, place detectors everywhere, including drop ceilings, raised floors, ducts, and shafts. How do water suppression systems differ? By how and when they let the water flow. A wet pipe system stays full and discharges instantly. Simple but risky, where a leak would ruin equipment. The dry pipe system holds pressurized gas that, once released, opens a valve so water fills in moments later. A pre-action system adds a two-stage safeguard, filling the pipes only after early fire signs appear and releasing water only after the sprinkler head itself triggers, which lets you halt a false alarm before a drop falls. And a deluge system dumps a huge volume through wide-open heads all at once, which is entirely wrong for rooms full of electronics. For a space with both people and computers, the pre-action system is the safe choice, because it gives you a chance to stop a mistake. When do you reach for gas instead of water? When people are not present and water would do harm. Gas systems smother fire fast and leave equipment undamaged, but they work by removing oxygen, which makes them deadly to anyone in the room. Carbon dioxide is effective, yet dangerous, since even a modest concentration can asphyxiate, and it is colourless and odourless, so it gives no warning. Halon starves the fire by breaking the combustion chemistry, but it harms the ozone layer and turns toxic at high heat. So it has been phased out in favour of cleaner substitutes like FM200, reserve gas systems for spaces without people, like engine compartments, generator rooms, and areas around flammable liquids. What damage lingers even after the flames are out? More than you might expect, because the fire is only part of the harm. Smoke and soot ruin storage devices and components, heat warps and cracks hardware, and even modest temperatures can destroy tapes and data. The suppression itself adds insult, as water and chemicals cause short circuits and corrosion. And do not forget the responders, whose hoses and axes tear through a space as they search for people and hotspots. Any fire, even a small one, may set your incident response, business continuity, and disaster recovery plans into motion. Plan the full aftermath, not just the blaze. So let's bring it together. Water and electricity never mix, so keep systems away from pipes, add detection circuits, and study the site for flooding. Fire needs fuel, heat, and oxygen, and every suppressant removes one, while the 4 stages reward catching it early. Life safety and trained, drilled people come before any technology. Match the extinguisher class to the fuel, pick detectors and suppression to fit the space, and choose gas only where no one breathes. And plan for the lingering damage from smoke, heat, suppressant, and rescue. Do this well, and the worst physical events stay survivable. The MCQs covering all the topics and concepts from this session are available on rucloud.com. Practice the chapter-specific MCQs before moving on to the next session. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or feedback, post a comment below or email us. I will see you in the next session.